A month away from the Iowa caucuses, and Republican candidates are crisscrossing the state. Ron DeSantis.
You have one conservative candidate running in this race, and that is me at this point.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
What I see right now is a Republican Party now that has failed to do what we actually need to.
Desperate to overtake the party's biggest name.
We're going to save our democracy, and we're going to bring our country back from hell.
Donald Trump.
If he was in jail breaking rocks on a rock pile, I would still vote for him.
But at the moment, the only one with a fighting chance appears to be the former South Carolina governor, Nikki Haley.
Our country is in disarray. Our world is on fire. And you can't defeat Democrat chaos with Republican chaos. And Donald Trump brings us chaos. I think I offer a different approach. No drama, no vendettas, no whining.
In recent months, she's been holding her ground on the debate stage.
I love all the attention, fellas. Thank you for that.
And earning big-time endorsements like the Koch network and J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon.
Even if you're a very liberal Democrat, I urge you, help Nikki Haley too. Get a choice on a Republican side that might be better than Trump.
As she looks to dethrone her former boss.
Do you think Donald Trump today in 2023 is fit to be president?
It's not about fitness. I think he's fit to be president. It's should he be president. I don't think he should be president.
For those who criticize you, saying that you flip-flop on Donald Trump, I mean, he has even said, she criticizes me 1 minute and then 15 minutes later she uncriticizes me. How do you respond to that?
Anti-Trumpers don't think I hate him enough. And pro-Trumpers don't think I love him enough. I call it like I see it. There are certain things I think he's done that he's done well. There are certain things that I disagree with him on.
Trump continues to hold a large lead in the latest poll coming out of Iowa, 32 points ahead of DeSantis and 35 points ahead of Haley. But since Haley launched her campaign, she's steadily gained momentum.
I have complete faith that she'll run our country excellent. I also believe she's the only person that I see that could unite the country a little bit too.
I will not vote for any other Republican outside of Nikki Haley.
That she's a fighter and that she's not going to back down to men bullying her around.
We have seen her emerge as the kind of consensus choice for the donor class in the Republican Party, for a large chunk of the party that feels like it's time to move on from Donald Trump, even if they like Trump policies.
The 51-year-old daughter of Indian immigrants was never politically active growing up. At an event at Furman University in South Carolina, a younger Haley, contemplating a state house run, was inspired to make the leap by the unlikeliest of names.
I don't know that I have anything in common with Hillary Clinton from a policy aspect. But on that stage, she said, for every reason they tell you you can't do something, that's the reason you should do it. And I walked out of there and said, I'm running for office. And I defeated the longest-serving legislator in a primary in South Carolina.
We also passed one of the toughest illegal immigration laws in the country.
Her stances on most hot-button issues align with her party, but on the topic of abortion, she stands out from her rivals.
Some states are going more pro-life. I welcome that. Some states are going more on the choice side. I wish that wasn't the case, but the people decide.
You've talked before about your own fertility issues when having your own 2 children. As the only woman running on the GOP side, do you think that your gender gives you a different perspective when it comes to this matter?
I do. For women, we feel it. We feel this for our daughters. We feel it for our sisters and our friends. I had a college roommate who was raped, and I wouldn't wish on anyone what she went through wondering if she was pregnant. And so everybody has a story. I know what these women's stories are, and I'm very sympathetic to it.
And like most fellow Republicans, Haley staunchly supports Israel's military efforts.
Look, we care about the people in Gaza, especially the civilians. We know Hamas is there. We want to make sure that we get as many people out safe. We've got our hostages there. But the reality is, the best way to help the people in Gaza is to eliminate Hamas.
Where should the Palestinians go?
Well, they should be going through the Rafah Gate and Egypt take them. But I've always said that, what you should have is they should go to pro-Hamas countries, Qatar, Iran.
But they're on the run for their lives, taking whatever they can, their kids in tow. They're not able to get into Egypt. How are you supposed to even make it to Qatar at this point?
Isn't that telling that Egypt won't take them? Why won't Egypt take them? Because they don't trust which ones are terrorists and which ones aren't. It's a sad state of affairs. But the reality of that evil is very clear in Arab countries, too.
Nikki Haley is tapping into a tradition in the Republican Party of very strong support for Israel, and she's taken on a much more hawkish stance than even many of her other Republican rivals.
But nothing's put Haley in the headlines more than when her fellow candidates attack.
See, it's bird brain. I know her well. She's not up to the job.
You have a corruption problem, and I think that that's what people need to know. Nikki is corrupt. This is a woman.
Haley's regularly been targeted on the debate stage.
She caves anytime the left comes after her, anytime the media comes after her.
And on the airwaves.
Haley raised taxes like Hillary, backs open borders like Hillary.
No Republican, up to and including Donald Trump, has been attacked anywhere near as much as Nikki Haley has been attacked during these debates.
Do you want a leader from a different generation who's going to put this country first, or do you want Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels?
Yes, I'd first like to say they're 5-inch heels, and I don't wear them unless you can run in them.
In some ways, that is the mark of a frontrunner, and that's an enviable place to be, but it also has an impact.
But on the sidelines, one of her greatest supporters is her daughter, Rena.
I'm very proud of her, and I'm rooting for her every step of the way.
The 25-year-old was targeted in last month's GOP debate.
In the last debate, she made fun of me for actually joining TikTok while her own daughter was actually using the app for a long time. So you might want to take care of your family first.
Leave my daughter out of your voice.
Here's the truth.
You're just
the easy answer.
I felt like it was unnecessary. I feel like it's a kind of a people know not to bring kids into a situation, and so I felt like it was kind of uncalled for.
Haley's husband, Major Michael Haley, deployed to Africa with the National Guard earlier this year. She says the support of her daughter has been invaluable.
Whenever I've run before, Michael's always been that person in debates that gives me good energy, that I look to, that gives me the smile. And she's taken it upon herself to be at every single debate, to sit in the seat he would normally sit in.
You have this perspective of Nikki Haley unlike anyone else. How do you describe her as a mom?
She's fun, she's loving, she's caring, she's always been very supportive.
Growing up in rural South Carolina to Indian immigrants, family's always been important to Haley.
We were the only Indian family in this small southern town. They didn't know what to make of us, and we didn't know what to make of them.
Yet today, she's making strides with voters of all backgrounds.
We don't know right now how the story ends. We know that Nikki Haley is a viable candidate for the Republican nomination. And if she's able to beat Donald Trump, it will be a heroic rise.
For now, Haley's simply working to beat those odds.
I have been underestimated in everything I've ever done. No one's going to outwork me in this race. No one's going to outsmart me in this race because we have a country to save.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.